Is it just me? Or do you also think that a good sleep is an important first step for a good day? That is what we are going to talk about today, along with an argument to favor folders over tags, and the similarities between a startup and a Ponzi scheme, which is a favorite topic of discussion around here. So without much further ado, please hit subscribe, and let's get on with it. Sometimes we like to say here that startups are like Ponzi schemes, till they meaningfully start selling the product, or delivering that service, which they are purportedly set up to do. Of course, that does not mean that they are frauds. It just means that all the multiple rounds of funding that a startup goes through, some of the money coming in from the new investors, is channeled to the previous ones, with the rest going towards the business. This is not indifferent from what happens in a Ponzi scheme, where the new money coming in is used to pay off earlier investors, and with a large part going to the founder. Through the life of a startup, or a Ponzi scheme, it is the founder's responsibility to keep the facade going. It is important to project confidence and progress to the world at large, while you are fighting on multiple fronts to keep the ship from going down. It can be stressful and anxiety-inducing, and it takes a special kind of mental makeup to keep the show on the road. With a startup, the founder is trying to build something that she believes is useful and has value. If it works out, she'll get to enjoy the treasure at the end of that rainbow. While with a fraud Ponzi scheme, the founder may have skipped the step of building that useful, valuable thing, perpetrated multiple falsehoods, and moved straight to enjoying the treasure. Which is something our society frowns upon deeply. Reading about exploits of Ponzi schemes leaves you in this ruminative, even slightly pensive state of mind. How is it that the lure of money and fame is so strong that they are able to overcome their anxiety, the discomfort of putting up those false pretenses for years on end? The other thought which comes to mind is that not all is what it seems. Which is to say that this Bloomberg article on a fraud Ponzi scheme is quite well done, and entirely worth your time. Sleep is that ephemeral beast, which if you desire too strongly, and think about too much, it'll shun you and stay away for as long as it could. It is fascinating. So whenever we come across a well-researched and articulate account of sleep, it is a welcome read. The first thing of note here is that we are living in the golden age of sleep. Or at least, quite a few of us are. This golden age is characterized by privacy, good hygiene, and relative comfort, which is awesome. I don't want to share my sleep with strangers, thank you very much. I love my privacy, and it is golden. Neither do I have to share my bed with lice, ticks, and bedbugs, thanks to the fact that we have come to learn and appreciate general cleanliness. And I also like the fact that I can sleep comfortably on a mattress. Even though I do sleep on the floor, as a choice, rather than an imposition. All good things really. It is super interesting to know that for most of human history, people used to sleep at night in two parts. Then it all changed sometime during the Industrial Revolution, and today we are used to a continuous block of sleep at night. What may have prompted this was the changing nature of work, along with easy and increasingly plentiful access to artificial light. Of course, the write-up goes into more relevant details, and tells the story much more eloquently. And it is entirely worth your time, if you would like to give it a read. Also, tell us how you sleep at night. Do you wake up in the middle of it, feeling hungry for a snack? Or do you sleep through it, only to open your eyes bright and early in the morning? And what do you think about the claim that we are in the golden age of sleep? Let us know in the comments below. Bringing order to our existence is a lifelong pursuit, for some more than others. It is surprising to me how varied people are when it comes to productivity and the clutter in their environment. In many ways, my life is simple. I get up, go for a jog, eat food, do work, do chores, and sleep. Then the next day, do some more of the same. I do not understand to-do lists. My Gmail's primary inbox and its search box keep me in good humor. Sometimes I delete the spam emails which escape the spam filter, and all feels well enough. If there are many things to be kept track of, I use my trusted Pilot pen and my notebook. They work just fine for me. It is all good. I also understand that that is not the only way to get things done. So here, we have this 4,000-word write-up on the hot topic of folders versus tags. It is delightful because it has passages like this. For example, let's say I want to email a friend my notes about potty training. I could scroll through 1,500 notes to find the one I want. Harder if I don't remember the file name offhand. What if it doesn't start with P? Or I can just click through Personal, Parenting, and evaluate the 10 or 15 notes there, to find the one labeled, oh crap. Potty training. Here's another one. Not everyone is like this, and they are just as good as I am at getting work back to students on time and in an orderly fashion. Some have firm rules about turn-in bins, and binge grade on the weekends, and the desks are messy from a student perspective, but the teacher always knows where things are. My husband's method involves neat orderly stacks of papers on the floor, which makes my shoulders itch, but I leave him in charge of all of our truly vital documents, because his file cabinet is organized with an absolutely pristine meticulous perfection. Things don't get put away until he has time to do it right. Along with all that, there is genuinely useful tips about how to think about your information and your life. And there are links to many useful tools and write-ups. Which is to say that it is entirely worth your time. So that's it for this one then. Thank you for making it to the end. The links to the articles we talked about are in the description below. Also, consider subscribing if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.